Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Bonnie eagerly told Abe at the Body and Soul headquarters that she found the ideal candidate for the new position on the show, Reagan Holloway, an intruder for the characters Faith and Arrow. Bonnie said the girl she was picturing was wild child vibe and drop-dead gorgeous. Bonnie grinned and said it was Chloe's younger sister, Joy, when Abe asked who she chose for the role. Bonnie reminded Abe that he had gambled on Joy when he inquired about her experience. Bonnie encouraged Abe to give Joy an audition because she thought he could see raw talent. Abe consented to see Joy because he had time before the planned auditions started. Bonnie was so excited that she said she would get Joy to the office right now. Nancy hurriedly knocked on Joy's door at the Salem Inn. Joy responded, appearing to have just woken up. Nancy reprimanded her for not answering her calls, and she rolled her eyes. Nancy inquired as to Joy's whereabouts after discovering that Joy had not been in her room during her late-night visit to her daughter. Nancy anxiously reminded Joy that she had paid for the hotel room after Joy yelled at her for lingering. Joy eventually acknowledged that she had visited a pub. Joy and Nancy quarreled over her whereabouts. Joy revealed she had met someone, much to Nancy's amazement. Joy remembered her encounter with Johnny when Nancy wondered who Joy may have met because she didn't know anyone in town. Joy brought up the audition after telling Nancy that she had met a man she most likely didn't know. Admire Days, B&B, General Hospital, or other soap operas. Participate in the discussion on our SC boards. To interact with fans and start a conversation right away, click here. Nancy claimed to have persuaded Bonnie to speak with Abe. Joy thought she had been hired right away, but Nancy adamantly told her that she still needed to try out. At that moment, Bonnie texted Nancy to let her know that Abe wanted to see Joy right away, so Nancy told Joy to get dressed. A shirtless Chanel was waiting for Alex as he answered the door to his flat. Presuming she had once again interrupted Alex and Stephanie, she apologized. Chanel was informed by Alex that Stephanie was not present. Chanel entered and apologized once more for interrupting Alex and Stephanie earlier. He reminded Chanel that Stephanie had quickly backed off and reassured her that she hadn't interrupted. After making light of Alex and Stephanie's back-and-forth conduct, Chanel became serious and asked Alex to speak with Stephanie about it. Abe texted Chanel to ask her to come into the office. Alex offered to help after Chanel complained that she wouldn't have enough time to get ready for Johnny's surprise party. She asked when she would be able to visit Johnny and provided him directions for getting the birthday cake. He had left early and arrived home late, she said. Chanel asked Abe what he required when she later showed up at his office. For the character of Faith's adversary Reagan, Abe asked Chanel to take part in an audition session. Chanel happily consented, and because Johnny was on the hospital set, Abe chose to helm the scene. Joy entered, shook Chanel's hand, and introduced herself when Chanel asked about the auditioner. Abe told the women that they had to begin the audition immediately since they were running out of time. Chanel attempted to soothe Joy's anxiety after Abe left them alone to practice. Joy maintained that she wanted to jump into the scenario without practicing, but Chanel wasn't convinced. Joy summoned Abe, who initiated the incident in which Faith confronted Reagan regarding a meeting with Arrow at the bar. At the end of the scene, Faith called Reagan a home-wrecking bitch and advised her to avoid Arrow. Then Chanel gave Joy a phony slap. Joy and Chanel smiled as the play came to a close, and Abe watched with apparent admiration. Joy later went over to Abe at his desk and inquired about her employment status. He said he would get in touch if she was interested, but he had other actresses to try out for. Joy departed, a little sad. Later, Joy went back to her room and discovered Nancy still there. She let her mother know that she was awaiting word about the audition. Nancy brought up a wedding band she had found in the room and said she had been waiting for answers too. Joy was questioned by Nancy, Patrika Darbo, regarding her discovery. Joy was questioned by Nancy, Patrika Darbo, regarding her discovery. A panting Leo joined Stephanie and Paulina in the middle of a business meeting in Horton Town Square. Leo declared that a sex scandal at Body and Soul required her immediate attention, but an irritated Stephanie reprimanded him for breaking up the discussion. Leo babbled about his love of titillating news and his tenure as lady whistleblower. Impatient, Stephanie helped Leo get back on course. The shocking revelation that Alex had been having sex with one of his co-stars was made by Leo. Stephanie looked busted, and Paulina gaped. Playing the innocent, she told Leo that it might have been a rumor. Paulina, on the other hand, warned Leo not to imply that Chanel was responsible for the incident. Leo reassured her that Alex's charms could have captivated a lot of ladies. Leo maintained that the interaction had occurred on the set, despite Paulina's suggestion that it had been inconsequential. Stephanie was embarrassed when Leo revealed that the cleanup had been sent to a poor stagehand. The entire project could be destroyed by the scandal, Leo continued. Later, while on his cake errand, Alex stumbled into Stephanie in the square. He asked if they could discuss after noticing that she was concerned about something. "I don't think I should ever have sex with Alex again," Stephanie blurted out. When Alex questioned Stephanie's attitude, she reminded him that they had decided it would be best to just stay friends. Stephanie reiterated that she didn't want to be romantically involved with Alex, and he promised to respect her choices. Alex appeared dissatisfied as Stephanie left. Marlena cheerfully met Johnny and wished him a happy birthday at the hospital. His melancholy worsened after Marlena gave him a cupcake that his loving wife had cooked, and he thanked her with a feeble smile. After observing Johnny's disposition, Marlena inquired about his condition. According to Johnny, he had stayed up all night getting ready for the scenes of the day. When he made a joke about Marlena's first appearance as Charlemagne, Marlena said that she had grudgingly agreed to play the role in order to support Leo after Hattie resigned. Johnny recalls walking in on Alex and Chanel after claiming that Hattie cursed the production. Marlena was perplexed by his thought that Hattie's curse had already begun to work. Seth came up and talked to Marlena about their various forays into show industry before Johnny could explain. Bonnie also showed up and volunteered to go with Marlena to the dressing room. Seth bemoaned the lack of professionalism on set as Marlena and Bonnie left. Johnny's face was saddened when Seth said that Faith and Arrow were making their love scene real. Johnny and Leo later witnessed Marlena's grand descend the elevator. Marlena got to her feet and begged not to have to reshoot the sequence. With a smile, Johnny referred to his grandmother as a one-take wonder. Leo complimented Marlena and told her that the scene had gone flawlessly. After expressing gratitude for the opportunity to spend more time with Johnny on his birthday, Marlena went back to her day job. Leo, meantime, brought updated screenplay pages to shoot to Bonnie and Seth. After being promoted from under 5 to day player, Seth was overjoyed. Leo reassured Johnny that the abrupt inclusion of scenes had been allowed, despite his doubts. Later, Seth wheeled out a gurney in a scenario that Johnny directed. After laying on it, Bonnie flung back the sheet and insisted that Leo reassure her that she would not be exterminated once more. Leo clarified that Bonnie was a stand-in for a dead Charlemagne and assured her that her employment was safe. Seth's character called someone to request additional serum at the beginning of the scene. He pushed the gurney away inexplicably and vowed that Pineview had not seen the last of Charlemagne.